Welcome to the project demonstration of a new coupled inductor circuit breaker for DC applications. So here we are going to use these two LED loads as a DC load for circuit breaker presentation, and the new coupled inductor nothing but we are going to making use of two current sensors, this HVS-1792 and as well as one toroid transformer. So this CT and this two current sensors will provide the signal to our PIC 16F73 microcontroller based on the input signal these two. So the system keep on measuring the load on this transformer. So that is a DC load. Whenever the DC load is increases, then automatically that will be identified by these three current sensors to the microcontroller, and continuously we are going to see the status on the LCD screen. So we have interfaced these two current sensors at C0, C1 and A0, A1, A2 pins, and a relay interface at the C7 pin and LCD at pin number B2 to B7. And whenever the heavy load is detected, whenever the circuit breaker got switched off, means isolate the power supply to the circuits, then there is a buzzer indication, and once the buzzer on, then it will entering into the infinity mode of continuously buzzer on only. So manually we need to check the load status, and then you can reset the switch, means you can reset the kit. So this is a reset switch, then it will be coming to the normal position by resuming the power supply to the loads. So let us see demonstration. So here we are using 230 volts AC input to the 12 volts AC output transformer, which can handle up to 2 amps of current. So that output is given as a input to the regulator power supply board. On this regulator power supply board, we can see the 4 diodes which will act as a bridge rectifier. So after that bridge rectifier, we will get the pulsating DC. That pulsating DC will be getting pure DC voltage after this smoothing capacitor of 1000 microfarad, and after that there will be 7805 regulator which will provide us the 5 volts constant power supply to the motherboard. When controller get the 5 volts power supply, it start reading input from these three sensors whenever another load got switched on with the help of this switch. So then automatically it will switch on the coupled inductor circuit, which is electromagnetic relay, by isolating the power supply to this relay, and this will isolate the power supply to the load in order to protect the R feeder. So here we are using 5 volt electromagnetic relay, which is based on the inductive principle. So when we provide the power supply to that, it will be induced and it will attract the switch inside this electromagnetic relay, and that will get the power supply from this transistor BC547, and on this red LED presents which will show the status of the relay. Let us see the demonstration. Right. So once you switch on the kit, then there will be a welcome message on the LCD screen. So wait, the system get initialized once after initialized, so you can see the welcome message on the LCD screen as well as. So now the status is normal as we have connected the only one load to that, so as it can be handled by our feeder. So we have programmed in such a way that when we add the extra load, then these two current transformers give the input to that, and it will compare the status on these two current transformers along with the CT. So when we switch on the another load, then there will be a alert message on the LCD, circuit breaker off status, as well as the power supply isolated to the loads, and the buzzer keep on till you reset that. So after checking manually about the load, then when you reset that, automatically it will resume the power supply to the loads. So initially alert message, and thereafter it will isolate the power supply to the loads. Right. So here the main purpose of this project is coming to the DC loads. We need to use the current limiting one. So then we are going to use these two sensors which are measure the current in DC loads only. These two are used for the measure that, and then based on the input from these two, and when there is a difference is more than the predefined value program inside the microcontroller, then it will isolate the power supply to the circuit.